one.
We're standing on top of 27-foot wall with a trampoline underneath, and we're about to attempt the world's tallest trampoline wall run. But first, let's see what happens if we mess up.
Here it comes!
Running on a wall with the help of a trampoline is actually a sport called Trampwall. It originates from a circus act, but now it's becoming a freestyle sport on the rise, which you might have seen online. In 2016, we first saw it and it immediately intrigued us, and there our journey began. Like with everything else we do, we wanted to find a way to somehow push the limits. See, a regular sized trampoline is about 11 feet high. Online you can find various custom-made setups reaching to heights up to 22 feet. We wanted to beat that or at least match it. And in order to do that, we're going to bring in Jakey, who is not only one of the best trampwallers out there, but also a longtime friend with whom we've already done a bunch of projects together. Needless to say, as soon as we pitched him the idea, he was in. In order to pull it off, we have to do a couple of things first. In the following week, we have to carefully design the construction, we have to scout an appropriate location and build the whole thing.
We're for sure gonna have some time pressure.
1 week is not a lot of time to plan all of this, so let's get to it. First, we have to plan out the size of the whole construction and somehow get enough aluminum truss to make it happen. Luckily, we came upon TAF, who is an international truss manufacturer with more than 25 years on the market, exporting its products all around the world. They provide engineering and design services for a wide range of projects just like ours.
The height is gonna be like 8-9 meters.
Meaning we need enough space to assemble it on the ground and then lift it up. Next up, we went to scout a quarry that we knew of, and it turned out there was a ledge that was just the perfect size, and the management was up to allow us to spend the weekend there.
5 a.m. It started.
We worked really hard for the whole past week in order to make this thing happen. We didn't get much sleep for the past few days, and the last night was obviously no exception. Coming to the location and already noticing the first problems upon arrival didn't help.
Ground is not leveled at all.
But once we took a look around, we cheered up. The location was amazing. The quarry was huge, so it gave us plenty of space. Not only that, but we also got a helping hand from the workers.
Heavy machinery coming in to level our field. I have the feeling that we're still gonna have to shovel a lot.
Max was right. Shoveling and hand leveling the uneven ground was going to take a lot of time. But with some optimism, everything is possible.
So yeah, while everybody is working, Max is on a treasure hunt.
It's really important for the trampoline to be perfectly leveled. Here is a short tutorial by Shole on how to make stuff leveled.
For leveling, Wasserwagen. We did like that, that's perfect.
Don't forget, we're building all of this on a ledge with a 100-foot drop. Simultaneously, while we were building the trampoline, the wall was taking shape as well.
Our third support just arrived and they brought TAF aluminum trussing right here. TAF is the factory, a European manufacturer that produces high-quality aluminum truss right here in Europe. And they even have 2 offices in Europe and 1 in US.
So far, everything was going according to plan. But even so, we were working hard all day long and we were starting to become tired. Sleepless nights and physical stress were starting to take their toll.
It's quite a lot of work. It's harder than we thought.
On top of all that, as we were nearing the end of the build, it got harder and harder to piece the trampoline together.
The metal pieces of the trampoline does not fit well because I'm an uneven floor, and that might be a problem in the future.
It was a completely unnecessary setback we didn't want to deal with. It took us a long time,
Hold on.
but with enough persistency,
Победа!
obviously this got our spirits really high.
Creative genius!
In another hour of work, we had both the trampoline and the wall up and fully built.
I'm extremely excited that this thing is finally happening and that everything goes according to plan so far. Tramp is ready. Matt is tight as fuck.
I'm looking forward to it. All the dimensions should be just about right. Yeah, we might overdone it with the height of the wall, just slightly. I haven't told Yanni and Miuj, slightly higher than we anticipated.
What? It's not 8?
It's yeah, you know, it's a bit more, just slightly more. It's not.
I'm mad at you.
It's been a long day. Correct height of the wall is 8 meters and 5 inches.
Wait, I'm still confused. So we have 25.5 inches.
No, we have 26.5 inches.
26 feet, 0.5 inches?
Or maybe a bit more.
26?
At this point, we were only an action edit away from the final setup.
Yo, listen, yo. 40 miles an hour on the scene, like, ayy. Steady making moves, get the cream, like, ayy. Shorty steady tripping all the time, like, ayy. Mama told me chill on the real, need to pray. Got a lot of things, lot of stress now, bless. Mama told me real what it is.
Have a slight difference in heights with the bases. We were not able to lower it. We made it higher. How much? It's 8 meters and 20 centimeters, which is around 27 feet, I think.
But that didn't matter in the moment, because the wall was finally up.
Somebody pressing all the time, steady stressing all the time with the rhyme. Trying to keep it real, like, ayy. Got it moving how it feel like, ayy.
First thing in the morning, we met Jake, who skipped the day before due to jet lag, as he literally just flew in from the US.
Is that the wall? Is that the trampoline?
Yeah,
It's so big. I can see it from way over there, dude.
That's so crazy.
Just the same as us, Jake was amazed by the creation.
This, it looks so big. Almost 4.5 of me. This is me for scale.
And this is me for scale of Jakey.
After some solo bouncing, we gained some confidence and sturdiness of the wall.
Yeah, this feels solid to do some trampolines.
Of course, we wanted to try double bouncing as well, as we wanted to get some proper height.
Once you get past like the factory and like TAF, it's like doing tricks from there feels super sketchy.
Just as we were confident enough to call this a tramp wall,
It's weird because I'm not used to the technique looking over my shoulder.
Naoshi doesn't look over his shoulder. His enemies do.
Jake had something to tell us.
Come gather around, children, gather around. I have things to tell you. As Trampwall grandmother, I have to tell you what you need to appease the Trampwall gods. You must do 3 things. One, you must do tricks on the face of the wall. 2, you have to do a desync. And 3, you have to do a drop from the very tippy top. And then also, if you want some big cojones, you have to do a flip up to the top.
We always enjoy a good challenge, and we were confident that we can achieve all 3 tasks, but weren't quite sure about the last one. Even though we wanted to impress Jake even further, flipping on a 27-foot wall sounds hardly doable.
I'm still not sure.
But forget about that for now.
Yes! Yes!
Fuck you. That was my daily objective.
I know,
Warm up.
I know, but I already had it in the chamber before you said it.
He's like locked and loaded.
As this was a project we wanted to do for such a long time, we really had a lot of fun. The feeling of such a big trampoline was something we haven't experienced before.
Let's try to wall run up to the top of the wall, to the tippy top of the wall.
And discovering uncharted territory was really exciting.
Oh! Yes! I almost went to jump down because I'm just so used to just being like, okay,
Not do
peace
that.
out. And I was like, oh, I can't do that here.
It's a little bit higher than usual. Jakey almost jumped down. He's just so used to jump off the trampolines. But this one is a little bit higher. You might notice. What we want to try now is something called desync.
All right, and who am I gonna be dissing?
Dissing our camera guy.
Our camera guy? You suck, man.
Your image is never in focus. Your shutter speed is awful.
Compositions suck.
You're dumb as a rock.
You're silly. You're so silly.
I'm not silly. Fuck these guys.
Desync which is when two people are bouncing and walking the wall at the same time. And we don't know if it's possible, but that's why we're gonna try it now.
Me and Yanni are going in this thing and we're gonna try to get as high as possible in this thing.
We expected double bouncing on this thing to be difficult, and it proved so, as right away Yanni and Gab almost crashed.
I was ready for a hit on the, like, that was not comfy at all.
Okay, so going all out right away isn't the best idea.
The pushers is heavier than it looks. Hard to keep up with them.
We then decided to instead take it slower and build the height up. Over time, we got started going higher and even managed to do flips. This was honestly probably the most fun we had in a while. Imagine picking up your favorite toy, but then scaling it up 5 times. This was it. Over time, we got used to double bouncing or such a setup, which made it that much more fun.
It's obvious that this is actually a team sport.
There's no I in DD Squad.
Can't spell DD Squad without we.
Up next is climbing all the way to the top, and we're gonna try to drop from top of the wall on the trampoline without kill bounce.
As we headed for a long climb all the way to the very top of the wall, we knew we were about to face one of our least liked challenges, the drop. The reason why the drop is so awful is that you don't have a feeling of timing when you're gonna hit the trampoline.
It doesn't feel any better looking from up.
Whereas if you're bouncing all the way to the top, you know the way down is going to be as long as the way up. But here is just the way down.
Well, I mean, from sofa chair, I dropped from this height, which is a bit higher than from here, and I was more relaxed. I don't know why.
Yanni can tell you why.
One of the main dangers here, besides falling off a cliff, reverse guillotine. If you get caught up in between the tram and the trussing, you can imagine what happens, but there's a lot of force shooting you up.
This is going to be nasty.
I'm nervous up here, please help me.
I have to lean out so far before I even see the face of the wall. Like, it almost is like an optical illusion, and it like curves inwards.
If you mess up just one of them,
We trust in our experience, and we're gonna nail it.
Fuck it, I'm scared. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. 3, 2, 1. Wabba-labba-dub-dub! Woo! Super nice! Oh, no kill!
super nice! Whoa, kill!
All of us dropped multiple times, because even though we completed all 3 challenges,
You must do tricks on the face of the wall. You have to do a desync, a drop from the very tippy top,
we still didn't feel that it was over.
and then also if you want some big cojones, you have to do a flip up to the top.
You don't ever get a chance to try a setup like this,
It's a unique opportunity. We won't have this set up tomorrow.
and especially not with a legend of a sport like Jakey. And when someone who is well respected within the community poses you with a challenge, you take it. But why is this such a challenge?
Me and Gab already reached the top.
Flipping onto the top combines 2 very difficult skills: precision and coordination. You have to really precisely jump just the exact distance forward in order to land on top of the wall and not on the face of it, or even worse, behind it.
The frightened feeling just doesn't go away. I'll skip because I'm losing my focus and I really don't want to mess up on this setup.
Not only that, you have to do a flip midair, meaning for the half of the jump you don't see nor the trampoline nor the wall. You saw how hard we hit the wall when you tried to do a flip earlier. Now we have to do it 3 times higher.
2, 1. 1 second, you're down there, and next thing you know, you're 30 feet higher.
After such a near miss, Yanni decided to quit as well, and then it was only Jake and Gab.
Still scary.
The nerves are so high that I have to be very focused and very serious.
With day coming to an end, there was not much time left.
You have to take all of your nerves and just calm down and like trust that what you're doing on normal Trampwall, it's the same exact thing. You just have way more force and way more height and way more time.
Now I'm getting more successful at getting on top, especially getting my timing. I'm still not sure for a blowout.
And it was either quit or commit.
Yeah, Jakey!
Oh my god!
Oh man!
Okay, so